What's up, guys? We're back. I had some responsibilities to take care of. We're good to go. We got Pakun in here, moral support. This will be my first video in the new shop and super excited. We got some jack stands here. I bought 2 extra sets. I have 4 over here. Only 3 of them I like using. So I got 4 here. That way we can put the S-10 on jack stands. Yes, that's right. We're working on the S-10. Today we're just going to focus on jacking it up, looking underneath at some fuel lines. There's some that come from the frame up here, but I think we're going to go all the way in the back and route those fuel lines up from back here. Keep it away from the headers, keep the heat off of it. Then we have some power steering lines I still need to figure out. Make sure, try and figure out how to get them to thread in here. Probably got to cut and use new lines. So I've never dealt with power steering lines before. I've dealt with hydraulic lines. So we will try and make it as leak proof as possible. We have some coolant lines here for the transmission that we will do once we mount the radiator. I believe that's where they go to. So yeah, we got small stuff we got to do on this, but first let's just jack it up. Super excited. I don't know if you guys seen the interior because it's been a long time anyways. But here we go. Nice door panels. Dash is in good condition. Look at these seats. They are so clean. No tears, perfect condition. What's that? Oh, I lied. So all we need to do is, clean these up. I got some parts in the back. New old stock stuff for the front end. But yeah, this thing's ready to go. It's going to be comfortable. The plan here is this will be a tow vehicle one day, but we'll see if it works out. I'm going to do some rear end work to it and try and get it able to tow. The trailer I have is a dual axle with brake assist, so it should help with the weight of this vehicle being not that much. We're going to try and do AC. We got the compressor here. I got to look up, make sure I don't need to plug it off when I'm running it, or just run it without that belt. And then just figure some plugs out for the top of it. And once I get the other stuff, I have some stuff over here for it, or it's up top with my storage up here. Got parts. Got some S-10 parts and some fender or side skirts for that. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's get to it. Let's jack this thing up. Hopefully we have ample room to get some good footage of it, and let's go. So while we jack this up, the 240 is going to be here, and Pakun, he's just chilling. He don't care. All right, that was a pain in the ass, but we got it jacked up. It's pretty much, well, it is level. I made sure all the jacks are on the same one. So let's get under there and see what we got. It's very spider webby down here. So you got your fuel lines there. They go to the back all the way into above the fuel tank, which is right there. But we have here, we have the fuel pump. So that should be, actually that's fuel filter. That should be our positive. And then one more of these. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out these lines. Figure out where. Looks like right here would be an easy way to get my new line plugged into there. There's a soft line there. I don't really see a good place for the return line, but I could also just cut it and put a fitting on it. Cut it, flare it. Let me clean up this freaking trans fluid. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys how easy it is to clean up oils and transmission fluid, stuff like that. So we got all our transmission fluid there. Just take your microfiber. Boom, gone. See, I have some more right there. Gone. I love it. So easy to clean. Okay, so here's my fuel lines to the engine, and I'm just going to use this factory piece, but it's pretty close to the wall back there. So I'm going to hit it in a little bit, beat it in. That way I can fit an elbow right there. Of course, there's not really a good way in there. Mechanic. All right, let's see what it looks like. It's a lot better. Got about two fingers. That should be good enough to get an elbow on. So we'll try that. I think we'll do AN fitting all the way down. All right, so now the plan is I have all this gauge wiring, and I'm going to run it from here all the way down and use this as a mock-up to route the lines. There's that third vent line. I don't know what it's supposed to go to. It originally was carbed, so maybe it went in through the carb for something. So I'm gonna have to look that up. I gotta look up a couple things on this just to make sure I know what lines I'm looking at, which one's feed, which one return. So yeah, I'm gonna run this real quick. All right, so routed the line all the way down. I'm gonna pull it just a little bit. That way it's relatively close to where it needs to go. Let's go underneath, I will show you. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to really capture this for you guys. So there's a little gap between the bell housing way up there. Yeah, so you see, I can get two lines in there next to each other. And then I will use an 8-aught clamp right here, kind of like that one, but it just screws in. So it's this line right here, all the way across, all the way, boom. It'll connect right there to the fuel filter, and I'll use 8-aught clamps to keep it nice and tight. The second one is gonna come the same way, and then it's gonna come, so I'm gonna cut this line here, I believe. No, the upper line. I'm gonna do some research to make sure I cut the right line. I'll probably cut it about right here, and that way both my fittings end in the same spot, which kind of helped me out. And I'm gonna run the same one. So I'll get two of equally length lines. I'm gonna order them. So I'm about to cut this right here and then measure it. It's kind of nice. I have my old V6 Y pipe or whatever you want to call this. I put it up there to see how close the exhaust would be to this line here. And it actually comes down right here. So you would have a few inches away from each other. It seems good enough. It's away from the engine bay heat and it goes back there. I'll make sure to do an 8-0 clamp way up here to keep the vibration from the transmission and the body from damaging the line. So I got the line out here. We're gonna measure it, put my sledge on there so I can pull it somewhat tight. Measure it. We're about 6 feet, about 70 inches. I'm gonna do 70 inches is probably good. All right, so we got the fuel line issue being worked on. Now we have the power steering. I was able to get the return line thread in all the way, and that's not too bad of a kink, and this is pretty decent. So I'll probably run that for now or forever if it works. This is gonna be a problem. It's gotta go from there to there, so it's about 2 inches apart. Basically it's gonna have to like loop or something. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get a hose shop to build a high pressure line for that. And I have the thread for the small one, but the big one, that's not the right, because this came off a Tahoe. So I had to find the thread pitch of that. I hope you guys are excited as me. We are starting on the S-10 and I'm super excited. We're starting on the S-10. Hopefully get this thing done here in this winter. Maybe in a couple months if I just keep working it. Glad to be back on the S-10. It is such a beauty. I hope you guys are excited. I know some of you S-10 guys have been waiting for me to come out with this since January. I think that was the last video I've done anything on this. And hopefully it didn't get any water damage. I had a tarp over it the whole time, but who knows, you know? Stay tuned for S-10 content. It'll mostly be that. I have a gas leak I got to fix on the 240. Parts should be here in a day or two. Then it'll be ready for the drift event. Stay tuned for that. I got a trailer and I will take it down to Walla Walla here in 2 weeks. Super excited. Hopefully nothing breaks on it. If it does break, hopefully it's easy. And that way I can continue all my focus on the S-10. For you viewers who have been waiting around, subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. You 240 viewers, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all you guys watching my videos and the feedback that you give. If you have any remarks for this guy and any suggestions on easing of the swap, let me know. Any suggestions on this, let me know. I have some side skirts up there. For the 240, it needs some fiberglass work. That'll be a good little video for you guys, but that's not for, like I said, a while. We're gonna stay focused on this, and this is gonna be a pretty sick build as well. So, like always, thank you guys for tuning in, and see you guys next time.